Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I am Suzanne Zinsley from Cardboard Edison, and today I am joined by the 2020 Young Inventor winners from TriTag People of Play contest, which I'm so excited, and they created such great games, and you're going to get to meet these awesome young inventors. So let's start with Antonio. Antonio, can you tell us about yourself and your game?
So, hello everyone. I'm Antonio Cruz Banoras. I am 12 years old. I go to Prince of Peace Catholic School and I live in Frisco, Texas. I love chess. And no, I really love chess. And no one wants to play chess with me. So, I came up with a game that was similar to chess, but actually, oh my gosh, hold on. I'm sorry. It's chess for non-chess players. My family and I love board games. And we noticed that most board games are game pieces, a board, and rules. So we started with paper and markers. We colored them, made a sheet, just started placing pieces on the board. And my grandpa used to love the game at Cracker Barrel with the golf tees. So we bought a cork board, poked 121 holes in it, grabbed pieces, and just started playing. This was how I came up with King of the Board.
Very cool. Very cool. Joey and Dominic, can you tell us who you are and a little bit about your game?
I'm Dominic, and I'm from Illinois, and our game is Sasquatch Stomp.
And I'm Joey. I'm from Palos Heights, Illinois. I'm in 4th grade, and our game is Sasquatch Stomp.
And the objective of our game is to get all 3 hunters back to their home or their cabin, and there's a Sasquatch that trails him that tries to stomp everybody in its path, and that's what you have to avoid. And what's unique about our game is that before the game starts, you mold the hunters actually out of Play-Doh with 2 hunter molds.
That sounds really awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Noah, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and how you got the idea for your game?
Sure. So my name is Noah Berg. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and the game I made is called Magic Gem Race. Basically, what happens is a friend will come over, and you have 5 gems, and they will hide them all around your house. You can set a time limit of 1 to 3 minutes, and when you point your wand at the gem, it will light up, and that gives you 10 points. So your goal is to find as many gems as you can within that set time limit. 1 gem will turn gold, which is worth 20 points. After 1 person gets that, the gem will turn back to a normal gem, and you can play with as many people as you want, and it's a fun game to move around the house with.
Very cool. It sounds it. Very neat. Leo and Emma, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and how you came up with the idea for your game and a little bit about it?
I'm Leo, and she's Emma, and we're the makers of Diamond Heist. Diamond Heist is a game that each player has their own power and their own enemy.
It's first to objective wins, and it's set in a train with a bunch of different characters that you will later take on their identity.
And each character has their own power. And you can change these with the passenger. You can like steal someone's identity. With the thief, you can steal coins from other people, but if they touch your hand while you're stealing, they have to give you half of their money.
Yeah, so like everyone can use their power, but everyone can measure. There's like a set of checks against their power, so it's first one to objective wins.
Yeah.
Neat. That sounds really fun. Very cool. So I want to let you all know that when I told my husband and my two daughters that I was going to be moderating this panel, they were kind of starstruck because we watched your videos and we were following along the whole contest. So for any other fans or people that are interested out in the audience, at the end of this discussion, we're going to take some questions from the audience. So please send your questions. These wonderful young inventors are very eager to answer them. So you can post them and we'll do them at the end of this. Noah, did you have any challenges or problems when creating your game?
Yes. So when we were trying to create the gem, we had to research infrared because when you wave the wand, somehow the light has to light up. So during that process, our house nearly burnt down. What happened was the light was hooked up to too powerful of a battery and it ended up short circuiting. And this is a small LED light. So it started glowing, and caught on fire. So we had to yank the battery and disconnect it. After that, we did actually stop the creating process because we were really worried it was going to. We didn't know what we were doing, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like it was part game design, part science experiment.
Yeah.
Did you learn about how the infrared light works and all stuff like that while designing the game, or did you know about that prior to inventing your game?
Sure. So when we were in that process, we had spoken to a lot of people. We spoke to old science teachers. My dad's a general contractor. We spoke to some of his IT guys and people who have TVs and everything. So we had and of course on the internet. So we had a general understanding of how to infrared and sensor and transceiver and receiver. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Leo and Emma, did you have any challenges or problems when inventing your game, and how did you overcome them?
We had many challenges. Like sometimes we didn't agree with each other.
Yeah, we spent hours and hours playing, and so we had to change a lot of the rules. And sometimes one of us thought that something would work better than something else.
Yeah, but sometimes we just agreed on something. So like we're not always fighting about it.
That's very cool. So I oftentimes design games with my husband, and so we're a partner designing team also, and that has its own set of challenges, like you mentioned. So how did you guys overcome those challenges where Leo wants to do one thing and Emma, you wanted to do something else? How did you find that middle ground to get a game that works so well and is such a great finished product?
Sometimes we ask our parents what they like better, and then they choose.
And like in actuality, we're 5 people.
Yeah.
Like we have siblings, so we all did it together.
Like and sometimes like we vote.
Yeah, and we have like a 6 age difference, like 6-year difference. So what we did was just like try to get the best elements that each person like of a different age could bring in, and then sometimes we would vote, and if not, we would just play more and more and more and more until we saw what we liked the best.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Very nice. Very nice. Joey and Dominic, we have 2 other design partners. Can you tell us about some challenges or problems you had when designing your game and how you got past those problems?
So a couple of challenges we originally had. So me and Dominic kept on going back and forth between 3 ideas, and then we finally just simplified the whole game and decided we need it so little kids can understand how to play the game. Because before this, it was this giant complex maze where you had to like find evidence, but now it's just a start to finish game.
Neat. So it sounds like you had a whole lot in the game and then you kind of cut stuff out to simplify it. How did it feel when you had to cut out parts of the game that you already put into it?
Me and Dominic were arguing a little about whether we should simplify it or keep it like a complex game for maybe older kids. But then we decided to make it simple so both can play it.
Very good, very good. And I'm guessing you are very happy with the finished product?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will let you know that that is something that even very, very, very experienced designers have problems with, is cutting out something that you put in. So it's amazing that you were able to do that. And it sounds like your game was made better for it. Good job. Antonio, can you tell us about some challenges or problems you had and how you overcame them?
Absolutely. So I ran into a lot of problems, as the other inventors explained. Games, the complex rules that we had to cut out. Like we had an idea, but I thought it was I wanted it, but I also had a little bit of help from other people, and like they said one thing, but I wanted to keep the thing I had, and that was a problem. So it's actually kind of hurtful sometimes whenever you have to cut out something you really love in the game, but just to make it simpler. But that's something that happens. And during this process, I didn't realize how important playtesting was. Whenever I played, we probably changed the rules about 1,000. We played 1,000 times and changed the rules about 100 times. Even after I won the Young Inventors Challenge, I even changed the rules again based on the judges' feedback. So now we have dice and cards and a lot of other elements to make my game have a lot of different chance and more fun. So it's really hard sometimes, but it happens. You can have other ideas to insert it in another game or another version of the game. So that's how I think I overcame that. So
Very cool. Antonio, so this is broadcasting to a playtest convention. So the people here are all about playtesting. Do you have, can you talk a little bit about how the game changed from its original concept to where it is now based on playtesters' feedback?
yes, ma'am. So first we started with paper and markers, and we colored them red and black, put squares, and we just started playing there. And then we added a cork board and golf tees, and because we realized the pieces kept moving and we wanted a more stable place where the pieces wouldn't move. So we used corkboard and golf tees, and we started running into a lot of problems with the rules. Some of them had um, extra like things that we didn't realize would happen. So every time it happened, I would have to come together with my family and decide, like, okay, what's going to happen now? Like, do we change the rules, or do we just keep them and change another rule? But it's kind of hard to explain. But sometimes you have to change one rule, sometimes you have to change a lot of rules. So we also started to add dice to it. Changes the game. We had it to where a lot of combinations, where if you roll some certain combination, you get to take pieces. You roll some certain combinations, your opponent takes pieces. So we just started with that, and then we got rid of that after the Young Inventors Challenge. One of the judges gave us feedback for cards, and now we have cards that you only have to roll the dice once. So it's simple instructions. You draw the card, it explains to you what it does, and then you just roll the dice. So the number, instead of rolling a combination, you just roll one. If I roll a 3, I take 3 of my opponents. I draw another card. If I roll 5, I give 5 to my other opponent. So playtesting is really important because your game can change dramatically. So it's very helpful. So
Great. Very cool. So I have to say, you all are so comfortable in front of the camera and so good speaking in front of it. And I know for this contest, you had to make a pitch video. So Leo and Emma, we'll start with you. Can you talk a little bit about what it was like to make your pitch video?
Yeah.
First we didn't. First we just taped us playing. In the beginning we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, we had no idea.
But then but then one of our other people said, what if we play like we're actual characters in the video?
Yeah, one of our friends who also made the game said that. So we started actually taking on the role of our characters, and our cards for characters, it's actually us.
Yeah.
But like with some editing so that we look like an assassin or something like that.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah. And then we filmed each other. So for scenes that we're all in, we passed around the camera like that.
Yeah.
And then our friend edited it, did a voiceover.
Oh, very neat. Very cool. I saw your video. I saw everyone's video, and I had to say the videos were so good. So good. Good job.
Thank you.
Noah, can you talk a little bit about what it was like for you to make your pitch video?
Yeah, so I actually had a partner in this. He's actually my cousin. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. But he actually lives in California, so there was a big time difference. And if we're really trying to work hard, I can't really call him my time until maybe 11 or 12, and maybe I've got something. So it was hard to work out. And then in the pitch video, the take that we used, that must have been our 100th try. We would go through it, and then we would forget one thing, and we'd redo the whole thing. It was quite a process, but I was happy with the end result.
Very cool. Joey and Dominic, can you tell us a little bit about your pitch video?
Yeah, at first it was a little scary because like you didn't know like what was gonna happen, how important this was. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was hard. We started in the garage to just get like a starting point, like the how to do it, and then we went to our final one, and we actually we actually filmed it pretty good. But yeah, that's we had to go through a lot of times, and like we broke it into parts. So then like we did one part, stopped the video, did another part, stopped the video, did another part, and then just made it in one iMovie, and it was good.
Very cool. Antonio, can you talk about your video?
So whenever I started, I was very nervous. Just like all the other inventors, like I haven't done something like this or something similar to this. But the hardest part of my pitch video was keeping my dad out of it. He thought he was a director from Hollywood. So, but I did have my brother help me. We set up a camera, he pressed record, and he recorded and he moved the camera and stuff. He was really helpful. But even after that, I still couldn't keep my dad out of it. He still has his hand in part of the video, and it's really funny. But I was very nervous, and that 4 minutes for the video took about 400 takes to do it. So it's pretty hard. So
very cool. It sounds like it was a lot of fun, though.
Yes, ma'am.
So big news, you guys, all of you won. So I want to talk about what it felt like when you found out you won. Joey and Dominic, do you want to start?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So we were just like, right when we found out, like it was the creative concept, and we were like, it was the last one that we could have won, and then we were like, and then we got it, and then everybody in my family was screaming, and his family was screaming, and like I was just like dancing afterwards, just back and forth, while I watched the rest of it. It really felt good on the inside.
Nice. Noah, how did you feel when you won?
So it was relatively early. We didn't watch it live, but I did watch it in the morning, and so my partner called her. He was still asleep. But I watched through it, and the part we thought we would have won had passed, and we didn't win. So it was just about I was just about to settle with me. We didn't win. Maybe try again next year. Let's see who won. And they call my name, and of course we were really excited. I immediately take a video and send it to my grandparents, and I called her, and he's of course really mad. I woke him up. He still wanted to go back to sleep even after I told him. But it was definitely really exciting, and I was a 3-time winner. And it's still awesome every time you win, and still something I would look forward to.
Neat. Antonio, what was your reaction when you won?
I actually have a very funny story about this. So we were at Target, or no, we were at the store, and we saw Bet You Can't, and we saw that they were the 2018 winners, and that for the Young Inventors Challenge. So that's actually how we found out about the Young Inventor Challenge. So we went home, we did research, and we saw there was only 2 winners every single year. So so the day of our awards, we were actually camping. So we got on late, and we only saw the last 2 winners. So camping was not that great for that weekend. So we even got rained on that weekend too. So that was pretty funny. So once we got back and we just relaxed and we saw the video, and we wanted to watch the video again, and we actually saw that we had won, and we had no clue. We went crazy. My brother was screaming, and we were both dancing. We just had a great time afterwards. We called a couple of our friends, and we were celebrating. So it was pretty fun. So we also got on the news for that. We were in an article. So it was also, so we got a lot of press afterwards. So that was pretty fun too.
Wow, that's so cool. Very cool. Leo and Emma, what was your reaction when you won?
So we're also in California, so it's pretty early for us too.
It was like 11.
No, it was 6.
It was 6?
Yeah, it was 6. And so when we found out, we were like on the phone, right? And we got so happy. We threw a party. We also started dancing. We were so happy. And just like going around the house and
when it says like it said this game, a lot of the winners have diamonds. We were like super excited because ours is Diamond Heist.
Yeah.
And we thought we were gonna win, and we won.
And we have a lot of family in Spain, so we all speak like Spanish with each other because we're all from Spain. And we had to like text them. It's a 9-hour difference there, so we had to text them, and all our family was up like texting with us and like telling us, "Oh, congratulations!" So it was like really nice to speak to them.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. That's very neat. Very neat. All right, so this is going to be probably one of the last questions from me before we start taking questions from the audience. But what tips or advice do you have for other children or adults who want to enter this contest or other contests? Do you want to start with Antonio?
Yes, ma'am. So my first piece of advice is any idea is it can be a great idea. It could develop, and it's just, if you have an idea and you want to do it, stick to it and just go with it. So also, once you have an idea, make sure no one else has your idea out there already. So you have to research and just keep researching, make sure no one has your idea so you don't get caught, so you don't get sued, or you just don't get in trouble for that. So build any prototype you have. Even if it's paper, just start it and just start playing with it. The more you play, the better it is. You can develop your game a lot faster than just playing it like once a week. So don't take it personally if someone else wants to change your game. If they have an idea that they're criticizing it, but they're trying to help, give an idea, get a little extra idea, don't take it personally. Like, that's just part of game designing. It's going to happen. So just don't take it the wrong way if someone asks you or someone gives you an idea to change your game. And it's better to have 20 people that love your game than 200,000 people that think it's okay. So just make sure you have a couple people that love it, because then they'll tell their friends, and those friends will tell their friends. So that's how you get those people. That's how you get your game out there. So make sure you have a couple people that love your game. So that's my advice. So
Great
thank you.
advice. Very good. Noah, what about you? What advice or tips do you have?
I mean, I've entered the toying game for I think 4 times now, and one thing that happens, and everybody else in here sort of said the same thing. The original idea you have never really stays the same. Something will change through play, through brainstorming, and something will change. And I guess just to say that's okay. That happens, and it's good. Your game will most of the time end up better. You have something new in it and exciting. And then just if you have an idea, go for it. Because if you don't know. You know, it's like they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So try and see what happens.
Great tips. Leo and Emma, what tips or advice do you have?
So the first thing is play test, but like for hours, because you think you can change it like in your head or on paper, but you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know what's gonna happen unless you play test. And we had to play test like for hours and hours on end. So put like a timer and tell yourself, today I'm gonna play an hour, and tomorrow I'm gonna play an hour and a half. And my goals are changing 3 rules or perfecting this character or doing something like that.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to like get an idea from another game. That's what we got it from. We got one of our ideas from Coop, but it's not really the same because they don't really have powers. But we
like research.
Yeah, research if research stuff to see how you can improve your game or see if anybody has it.
Great tips. Very good. Joey and Dominic, what advice or tips do you have?
So, my first tip is always keep on trying, because if you don't try your hardest, you'll never know what you could have accomplished, and you'll only do the minimum you can do. Always try to do above and beyond and the best you can possibly do.
That's great.
Yeah, my biggest tip is user resources. Like, we had a friend who had a 3D printer. That's how we got our Play-Doh molds. Yeah, that's my biggest tip. Just like use your resources and what you have around you.
Perfect. That's great. All right, we'll see. Are there any questions from the audience? Where can we find pictures of the games? Antonio, do you know that?
So on the Young Inventors Challenge, there's a couple pictures on their website of the winners. They show the game. I think they have the pitch video. I'm not really sure about that, but it is on YouTube though. So it does show the the Young Inventors Challenge on YouTube. So, and we have the shorter version of the pitch video too. So just Google King of the Board for me, or just look up Young Inventors Challenge on YouTube, and hopefully you'll find it there.
Great. Very good. Do we have any other questions? Oh, Sasquatch Stomp. What inspired you to use the idea of Sasquatch? Great idea.
So what inspired the idea of a Sasquatch game is, so when I was little, me and my dad and brothers, we used to go looking in the woods for Sasquatch to prove that he's real, but we never unfortunately found evidence. So me and Dominic decided to make a Sasquatch game, and that actually worked out very well.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of Sasquatch games out there.
That's true. That's very true. We need more. Right, great. Do we have any other? Oh, here we go. How did you each come up with your titles? Did the theme come first, or did the gameplay inspire the name? Noah, do you want to start with that one?
Sure. Mine generally came from, Magic Gem Race. We had already known we wanted to do that thing with gems. And we had tried, Magic Diamond Race, Magic Rock Race. None of them really had that same flow as Gem. So we went with Magic Gem Race. But we had already known what we wanted to do.
Great. Let's go next to Antonio. What about you?
My nickname for chess is King of the Board, so I just use that into a game. It's similar to chess, but it's chess for non-chess players. So I just took that, made that connection. So it's very simple, just quick connection, and that's why it's called King of the Board.
Great. Leo and Emma?
We actually got the theme before the name.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to do like character.
Yeah, we were gonna call it Gem Heist or Train of Secrets.
Yeah.
But at the end we picked Diamond Heist because it was a pretty good game, a name. It was a good name, and we thought it was nice.
We spent like hours translating things into like Latin or French or something to see if it sounded good in another language.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Very cool. Joey and Dominic?
Oh, well, so we knew we were going to do something with stomping, but we didn't know what character or what anything, but we knew there was something to do with stomping. So we looked up S words, and we were like, no. And then we found Sasquatch, and then we did some research, and that's basically how we came up with our name.
Oh, that's great. Great answers. Great ideas. Oh, this is a good one. Leo and Emma, do you want to start? What are your favorite games?
Like we said, we started with the idea of Coop because we played a lot.
Then like Midnight Werewolf, Clue.
Yeah, and also I also like there's this game, I don't remember the name, but I don't remember it, but that one's also one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and in Spain you play a lot of card games like all day, so we love all types of card games.
Oh, I was gonna say that I love Virus.
Yeah, we have two right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Very cool. Noah, what about you? What are some of your favorite games?
So I was never really much of a never really into games that much. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna play a game. I like Monopoly, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but this game called Things is something I always love to play with the family.
I've heard of that. Very cool. Neat. Joey and Dominic, what are some of your favorite games?
We both love to play games. Like, we have a bunch of games, like about 50 to 100 games right here. And two of my favorite games are, I really like Sequence and Catan.
Nice.
I love chess and Monopoly.
Great. Antonio, what are some of your favorite games?
So, of course, King of the Board is my favorite game. I created it. I also love chess. I love Yahtzee. And I would also like to try the game Diamond Heist. That sounds like a great game. I love those kinds of games, so I would definitely want to try that out. So, and also Candyland is also really fun sometimes too. So.
Great. Maybe when everything opens back up, you all can meet and play each other's games. That would be really neat.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Here we go. Great advice. How has this experience affected other areas of your life? school, other hobbies, sports? Let's start with Noah.
That's a harder question. I mean, the only thing the first that comes to mind is the day I was going to find out what I was going to win. The day before, I could not concentrate on school. That was something that affected. But I mean, it was always nice to tell my friends and family. Were always proud. But it didn't really affect that life. But the people who didn't know, they would congratulate me, and it was that was nice.
Great. Leo and Emma?
For me, it didn't really affect me. I just got excited. Like when we won the prize, like the next school day, I was thinking of it a lot.
Yeah, but we have online school since
Yeah.
like when they closed, so
Yeah.
but yeah.
Very cool. Antonio, how has this experience affected other areas of your life?
It has given me confidence for a lot of stuff. Gave me the confidence to try out for a whole age group, higher select level for baseball. A lot of interviews, ambassadors, being an ambassador for my school, giving tours to multiple parents and little kids, and also like making baseball teams, and also just to try new things and stuff like that. And school just gives me confidence to like constantly, even if you don't do well on one test, you're gonna do well on the next test because you're gonna study harder. And so it's literally giving me a lot of confidence for a lot of other stuff, and not just for game making. So
Great. Joey and Dominic, how has this affected your life?
It affected me and Dominic's life because they started showing our videos in school and made me and Dominic really proud of our work that both of our classes are seeing this, and it just makes me feel great about myself.
Yeah, because it was great. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Very great. Do you have any other questions? All right, well, it looks like that might be it. I just want to say that I'm a huge fan of all of you, and I think this whole community is, and I know myself and others cannot wait to have some of your games on our game shelf, hopefully one day soon, and keep designing, and I can't wait to play your games, and I look forward to playing them with my family. And you are all just absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking your time out to speak with us today. Does anybody have any last words or anything they want to say before we sign off?
Thank you for letting me and Dominic speak here and kind of present and answer questions about our game.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Suzanne. This was a wonderful opportunity, and it's amazing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you all. I'm kind of starstruck. So it's been very, very exciting for me. So thank you. Okay, cool. Should we all say bye?
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.